Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning back in. To those that are watching on a daily basis, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I've gotten so many positive comments lately that it's inspiring for me to do this. I've had a lot of people reach out to me and tell me about big fish that they've caught on tips that I've provided. It makes doing all of this worthwhile, so I appreciate it, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And if you're looking to support the channel, go to the realshot.com link in my profile or in my description of the video. Click on that, do your tackle shopping on their website, use the discount code STEFAN10 at checkout. You save 10% off your order. You support the channel. It means a lot to me, guys. I appreciate it very much. And today I want to talk about something that is a bait that has been around for a super long time, and it's a bait that I think you could argue has caught more bass than any other bait out there. And what I'm talking about specifically, guys, is plastic worms, like the Berkley Power Bait Power Worm. You know, they come in all different sizes. This is by far my favorite. The Power Worm, I feel like, is probably the best bait worm that's been made ever. I mean, guys, this Tequila Sunrise bait right here, and I've got red shad. Let me get one of these out. So Tequila Sunrise and red shad, they're pretty similar. This one's a little bit more purpley. This is more red. These two colors, guys, I have been using these baits since I was a little kid. And by little kid, I mean like 6, 7 years old. These are the worms that my dad, my grandparents, my aunts and uncles threw. And this is really probably the bait that started me fishing. I mean, this was one of the main baits that we would throw. It was a Johnson silver minnow with a Uncle Josh pork frog. And if we weren't throwing that, it was a Berkley Power Worm. Specifically, this is the 7-inch size. But guys, the bait's been around forever, and it has not changed. I mean, the colors, everything are the same. You can get this bait in, I mean, I don't know how many colors, but I'm going to say it's probably 30, 40 different colors. They make so many great colors. But really what I'm getting at is the plastic worm. Why do we not use plastic worms anymore? I mean, it is one of the most versatile soft plastic baits made. And what I mean by that is you can Texas rig it, you can pitch it into trees, you can pitch it through into lily pads, you can swim it through grass, you can Carolina rig it, you can wacky rig it, you can NACO rig it. I mean, really, guys, this bait is probably the most versatile soft plastic bait made, in terms of there is no place you can't fish it. If you want to fish it through rock, you can fish it through rock. You can fish it in 40 feet of water. You can fish it on ledges. You can fish it in 2 feet of water. And it catches fish everywhere we go. I mean, I don't know that there's any place in the country that it doesn't work. And it's not just a largemouth bait. I catch lots of smallmouth on the river behind me. I throw either the 7-inch size, or I'll drop down to the 4-inch power worm. If I'm going to Kentucky Lake and fishing ledges, I'll throw a 7-inch size, or I'll go up to a 10. I mean, you can throw, there's just so many different sizes that you can use this bait everywhere. In my opinion, the 7-inch size is the most versatile worm that's made. But what I really don't understand is why we don't hear people talk about it anymore. I mean, I'm getting ready to go to the Potomac River, famous grass fishery, and the reason I'm doing this video is because I'm putting one of these on, because I know it's something that I can swim through the grass and it catches fish. It allows me to power fish and finesse fish at the same time. So it really is extremely versatile. But I'll tell you what, if you flip through the latest edition of Bassmaster Magazine or MLF's Bass Magazine, or you go onto YouTube and you look at tips and hot new cool things coming out in the fishing world, you're not going to see this. Like, you're just not going to see much about a plastic worm. And I don't know why that is. I mean, you've got all the soft stick baits in the world. You cut that part off and you've got a soft stick bait. You know, you go with a creature bait and you've got 4 appendages like the twister tail in the back. This has everything. This has your soft stick bait with one nice curly tail that'll draw attention. I just don't get it. I mean, maybe you guys have an answer for me, but I really think it's just the fact that, you know, this power worm and other plastic worms have been around for 30, 40, 50 years, and it's just something that's not new and exciting. So as an angler, we want to gravitate to baits that are new and exciting that we think the fish haven't seen. Well, guys, the fish that were used to seeing this are no longer swimming, because this bait has not been a popular bait really to throw for the last 10 years, maybe even more than that. I mean, there are definitely anglers out there like myself who love to throw a power worm or their favorite plastic worm in various sizes. I mean, you'll always find on the ledge lakes, guys will throw it. You know, it's a great bait to throw around brush piles, but you just don't hear people talk about it other than, you know, when they're referencing 5 or 6 different ledge baits they throw, that they may have had a big 10 or 12 inch worm tied on at the same time. But when we're talking about pretty much every other style of fishing, we don't hear about plastic worms anymore. So guys, I think we're making a mistake. I think anglers need to gravitate back to a power worm or whatever your favorite plastic worm is. I happen to love the smell of these. The Berkley power bait smell to me is like candy. So, you know, this reminds me of my childhood. And I mean, I just, as soon as I see this bait, literally, as you know, when I pick it up and look at it, there's like 10 fish from, you know, my memory bank that pop out, whether it was a big one at Kentucky Lake on a ledge, or whether it was when I was 7 years old and I caught a nice bass out of a laydown, you know, on my favorite lake up in the Hayward, Wisconsin area. It's just a bait that brings back memories for me, but it is a bait that will catch so many fish. So guys, we need to go back to throwing just straight plastic worms. I think we're making a mistake. I think the fish at this point really don't see it much at all anymore. So go to your local tackle retailer, pick yourself up some power worms, get out there. I'm telling you, it will result in a lot more fish catches for you. And the nice thing is they're cheap. I mean, you know, you can get a bag of these, 13 baits in it. I want to say it's like $4 or $5 a bag, which is half the price of some of the other baits going, and you get double the amount of baits that half of those ones have. So it's a bait that holds up well, catch a lot of fish on it, and I just think right now the fishing world is moved on from the plastic worm, and I think we're making a mistake. So let me know, guys, in the comment section. I'd love to know what your favorite plastic worms are. There's so many various ones out there that, you know, it's great for you guys who have had good success on certain baits to share it with the other people who are watching the video, so that when they go to their local tackle shop, they're not overwhelmed by the 100 different plastic worms that are out there. I mean, that just shows that they work, guys. When all the other, you know, when all the major brands of plastic producers have a plastic worm, it's because they work. But we're not hearing, you know, much about them right now. So if you've enjoyed the video, guys, hit the like button, share it on your social media, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. New videos coming out every day. Thanks for watching.